the best of the best today. That's what we're reading. Get your drink. Let's get our books and start. So we're gonna go around my apartment, look at the books that I have scattered everywhere, as you can see. We're gonna read until we find a really good takeaway, and then we may or may not move on to the next one. I wanted to start us off with a classic, and I think that is definitely right here, Atomic Habits. It's one of my favorite books of all time, and I know it's cliche to say that Atomic Habits, the best book ever, but like, there's a reason why people like it so much. It's just such a good book. It makes you want to get stuff done, but then also it gives you the ways that you can get stuff done. Think about sitting on the floor with like water and your book and your drink. It's so cozy. Let's do 20 minutes for now. So cute. Plants. I remember why now I love this chapter so much. It just reminded me of something that I forgot. The idea that if you want to change a habit, you have to first identify with the change that you want. That's the way to like get the outcome that you want for something. It says true behavior change is identity change. You might start a habit because of motivation, but the only reason you'll stick with one is that it becomes part of your identity. This book is the reason why I was able to stick to reading. I know books are fun and like they kind of take you into a different world. They're kind of magical, but at the time I don't think I could figure out how to become one. It was only until I read this book. The book is called Atomic Habits, and the way to change your identity and become the person that you want to be, so like me identifying as a reader, in order to do that I would read every day, as in my habits would align with that of a reader, and that is how you change your identity. So he's talking about how it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You believe that you're a writer because you write, and then because you believe you're a writer, you write more. And that is how you change your identity. So good. I don't know, this gets me so excited. Just the idea that to become who I want to become is so easy. There are certain steps that I have to take, and then I will be that person. Isn't that so exciting? Knowing that anything that I want to do in my life is within reach. That is such an empowering thought. Anyway, oh my gosh. 30 seconds left. That's so perfect. Well, I think that that's a really good place to end with this book. So let's find our next. Thinking, I don't know if I want to choose from this shelf or something else. By the way, these glasses are fake. Sometimes it's a look, so it's just for the look. And they hold my hair back, which is really nice. I think we're gonna change the pace up a little bit. We're gonna learn self-help. Oh, How to Win Friends and Influence People. That is really good. We're gonna read this one by Dale Carnegie. Another one of those books that have completely changed my life. I remember reading this when I was younger, and when you're young, you're not very I was gonna say that you're not very good socially, but everyone's different. So I don't know if I wasn't good socially, but this definitely like opened my eyes up to different hacks and different things that you can do that is like foolproof when it comes to interacting with different people. We're gonna set a timer for 20 minutes. I'm going to get my chia seed pudding and we'll get some reading done. I'm feeling these tulips. I love flowers and plants and anything green. I don't know why, just something simple like this. Like, it's just a timer that I put on and it grows a plant, like a fake plant or flower. I don't know, it motivates me a little bit. Like, I want to see different flowers grow as I'm reading. We'll see how many flowers I can grow. That's fun. Let's get started. I'm just blabbing. Ready? Start. Oh, I have to choose a chapter. I like the chapter, How to Spur People on to Success. By the way, I like really getting into my book, so I'm sorry, please don't cringe. It's just so much more comfortable. Chapter 6. So this chapter is talking about giving praise and how effective that is to anybody's life. I work for 988 and I train counselors. Reading this really validates my experience. As a trainer, you have to give feedback, and you have to be able to give feedback in a way that it still encourages the trainee to want to do better. And something that I do that I just read about here is you have to give praise. You have to tell them that they are doing so well and really be honest about it. Really look hard for the things that they're doing well in, and it changes the entire experience of training. it gets people excited to figure out what they're doing wrong and actually make a change. And you're already thinking the good things, right? Like, you can tell what they're doing right and you can tell what they're doing wrong. Emphasizing the good things and the positives of people really leads to better outcomes overall. And that's why in my life, I really try to give compliments whenever I can give them, because look at how much it changes someone's life. Back to reading. I just put the How to Win Friends back. I think I'm gonna do something insane. Read a book that I've never read before. This is a classic, a book that everybody talks about and everybody knows, and I've had it for a while, but I've never been able to pick it up. I don't know why. So I'm excited. I'm gonna start from the beginning. It says, the word love is most often defined as a noun, yet we would all love better if we used it as a verb. Interesting. I am going to sit here and use my heated blanket. It's so cozy. All About Love by Bell Hooks. These are really cute. I forgot the name of these flowers and I don't want to look it up right now. I'm gonna put 30 minutes on the clock. So I read a little bit more than I said I would read. I like it so far. It's interesting. It talks a bit about how most of us don't really understand love, and that we would all benefit from really truly understanding love, because in that way we can give love in the right way and then also receive love the right way. She was saying that most people understand or accept love that isn't very generous or that's a bit dysfunctional, and in order to really accept the love that is true love, you have to truly understand love. And clearly, I just read the very beginning of it, but it's an interesting concept, and I am the type of person that I want to be the best version of myself. I want to learn everything that I can learn, and in every aspect of my life, I want it all to be the best. So I'm excited that there's a new thing that I can learn about. I've been in a relationship. We are about to make 11 years, which is a really long time, and there's a lot of love involved in our relationship. But it's so crazy because I've never really thought about what love is and what it means in a relationship. And I know that reading about it through the perception of a person that has really studied it, it's definitely gonna help me. I want to be the best partner, the best sister, the best daughter, the best friend I can be. All of those things include love. So I'm excited to get to know this book a little bit and figure out what I'm missing in my life so I can be the best lover. I'm gonna be the best lover. So we have some books over here. I kind of want to read Paradox, or should I do The Psychology of Money? I haven't read this in a long time. I don't even remember what it's about, and I remember not really liking it that much, and I think it's because I feel like this book is about having like an open mind and not having a limited mindset when it comes to money, and I feel like I already have an open mind when it comes to money, but maybe I'm just missing the point, because this is like a really well-known book and I want to like it like everybody else likes it. So maybe I just need to get through like the beginning. Looking through these chapters, there's one called Freedom, and I would love to have complete freedom, especially complete financial freedom. I really went over my time in the last one, so I want to make sure that I am using my time wisely. I'm gonna change it to 20 minutes and read. Ready, start. This chapter is about how one of the highest value things is time and freedom. Not having to worry about your money so you can be free. That is the most valuable thing a person can have. They're saying that freedom is the highest value thing in life, that being able to be in control of your time and doing what you want when you want it is extremely valuable. And I would agree. I think that a lot of people's happiness depends on how much freedom they have in their life. And I know that that's how I feel. Like when I am forced to do things that I don't want to do, I end up unhappy. This definitely does make me want to make more money and be able to have the freedom to go out and do the things that I want to do. But then again, I don't know if I completely agree with it. I feel like there's so many layers to this. Because I know that you can feel happiness depending on what you focus on in your life, right? So I know that gratitude is a huge thing when it comes to happiness. So So I feel like happiness is dependent on the individual person, and if they find true happiness in their job, if they find true happiness in the things that they do every day, the people that they surround themselves with, is it necessary for them to be making endless amounts of money? I'm sure you understand. I don't want to be playing into capitalist mindset and saying that money is what gives you happiness, but I agree that financial freedom is really important, because then you're not stuck doing things that you don't feel like doing, even if you love your job. I don't know. I have to think about it. I want to do more research and really think about what finances, what money, what all of this means to me, because it's a really big deal, and I'm now learning that I'm not very educated on that, and I hate that. I want to understand the world of finances and the morality of finances, or the morality of being financially free, the morality of having a lot of money. Can you have a lot of money and do it in a way that's good to the world? I think you can. I definitely want to do some more research on this. See, this is why reading is so helpful. It really makes you think outside the box and think about things that you've never really thought about before. I don't know if I agree with everything in this book. Maybe I'm just not understanding it correctly. Maybe I haven't read enough of it to really get what they're trying to say. So I'm not hating on this book. It could be really good, but I'm gonna read more. I'll figure it out. It says that there are timeless lessons on wealth, greed, and happiness in this book. That's interesting. I think I just need to read more of the book. I feel like I'm not giving it a good chance. I really want to see why everyone else likes this book. So that's what I'm gonna do. I have 6 minutes left for this book, and I do want to get to a couple more books, so we might not do that much reading today in this book specifically, but I am so happy that I picked it up, because it's making me really rethink the way that I think about things, and that's what reading is about. Trying to understand the world by thinking in different ways and seeing what you believe in, seeing what really speaks to you. And because I was talking about gratitude, I'm very grateful that I can read, and I might be delirious right now because I've been reading for so long, and I probably need to eat something. You know what? I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna eat something, and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I've thought of a new book that I want to read, and it is one of my absolute favorite books of all time, Good Vibes, Good Life by Bex King. Let me talk about this. How cute. Looks like my baby Benny, and I kind of want to like sit on the windowsill. It's so cute to like sit and read right there, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm excited for this book because I haven't read it in a while, and there's just so many good ideas, so many things that I took away from this book when I read it before. It makes me a better person, and I feel like that is when you know a book is good. This chapter that I'm reading, it's about self-love and accepting yourself. We're back on the topic of love, which I love. It talks about how in order to be there for others, be a good friend, and to be a good partner, we have to love ourselves first. And sometimes that feels like, again, like an abstract thing. What does it really mean to love yourself? And I like the way that this book gives little story times to explain what they mean. There's this one story about there's a young woman named Kira who lacks self-love and shows signs of insecurity in her relationship with her partner Choi because she doesn't feel as pretty as the other girls Choi knows. This makes her behave in a way that, from Choi's perspective, displays a lack of respect and trust. So because she herself is insecure to her partner, it feels like she doesn't trust him, and you can see how that would create a rift in their relationship. And it stems from not a problem really with their relationship, but it's a problem within herself, within Kira. And that is, I feel like, the problem with most relationships. If you are not secure in yourself and you're not happy with who you are, that shows through in your relationship. On the other hand, if someone is very secure in themselves, they are able to live freely and let their partner live freely. I think that this is something that I notice a lot in different relationships that I see. Of course, living, you make friends who are in relationships, and I've seen a lot of people have problems because of not really being happy with who they are, and it doesn't allow the relationship to bloom. This is like a perfect example of it. Like, this is why therapy and understanding where you are lacking within yourself and finding how you can get to a better place. I really like this chapter because it reminds you that loving yourself is not just something that affects your own life, but it also affects the people around you. And I think that is another good reason to want to become the best version of yourself. Such a good book. I just love it. There's like so many good ideas in this book. And it's kind of like simple things. When I read this for the first time, I was a bit younger and they were things that I never really thought about before, but it just made so much sense. Oh, it makes sense not to gossip. One of the big things in this book is gossiping and how it lowers your vibration, how it doesn't attract good people around you. It hurts people around you and then it hurts your relationships. Gossiping overall is not good and it brings you to a place where you're surrounded by negativity versus if you become the type of person where you are always positive, you're always talking good about people, your life ends up being positive. A definite must read. It's not like that much in the like productivity field, but it's definitely self-help. And I think this is a key to productivity. Becoming your best self goes hand in hand with being the most productive version of yourself. Oh, and let me show you guys. It's so beat up, but it says, I'm creating the life of my dreams. And it has a little Benny on it, my baby boy. He's sleeping right now. On to book 6 with a little visitor, a baby boy. Hello, baby. This is Benny. As you can tell, I'm a cat person. I'm actually an animal person. I love animals. I think we're gonna go with one under here. I haven't read this one in a really long time. It is one of those books that inspired me to start like vlogging and inspired me to start my social media. It's called Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. This is from the same author, Steal Like an Artist. He's the same author. And that's another really famous book that is really good. I would love to read that one too. Honestly, I did not finish this book. Sometimes with books, I end up not finishing it because I like it so much. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna save this when I'm gonna do something better with it. And then I forget about it, which is sad because then I don't end up finishing a great book. For example, this book. Oh my god, You Are Badass by Jen Sincero. An amazing book. This is one of those books that empowers you and makes you feel like you could do anything in the world. And this is one of those books that I'm like, okay, I have to like savor it, just read one chapter at a time because I don't want to be finished with it and I just want to spread the magic forever. So this one, definitely highly recommend. Right now, we're gonna read Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. I hear birds outside, so there's this tree with birds in it. Can't really see, but it's this one. There's like birds in it. I'm gonna do 20 minutes plants. Starting from the beginning, because I haven't read it in so long. I don't even remember what it's about. I just read this part. It says, watching amateurs at work can inspire us to attempt the work ourselves. Raw enthusiasm is contagious. So far, Mr. Austin Kleon is saying that being an amateur is a great thing because you are enthusiastic. You are new to the thing and the energy and the enthusiasm and the learning, it's all new and exciting. And that kind of energy is it's contagious and it's fun. They say, even for professionals, the best way to flourish is to retain an amateur spirit and embrace uncertainty and the unknown. When you don't know something that well, they're explaining that you have so many options. If you haven't thought so hard about something, now you have the ability to think hard about that. You're kind of bringing a new perspective to it. That's a positive thing, to bring your own new light to something that other professionals or like people that are well known in that field haven't thought of in a while because they're not new to it. This is inspiring me and reminding me that it's okay to be new at content creation or like new to having a business, because that's how you learn and that's how you bring new perspectives and new ideas to something. This quote, he says, share what you love and the people who love the same things will find you. I love that. I hope that all of my productivity girlies are watching this and that you're feeling inspired like I am to read and get in your productivity / self-help era. You can tell by like the way that I'm reading and I'm talking about these books, it feels so good to get into a book that is really moving and that makes you get excited to do something in your life. I love that feeling of a new sense of motivation because I just read something that has inspired me. And I hope that is something that you get out of this video. Finding a book or finding a new idea, at least one new idea that really inspires you to go and do something that you've always wanted to do. Whether that's trying a new hobby like we talked about in Atomic Habits, or practicing talking or like giving compliments like we talked about in How to Win Friends and Influence People, or even going out of your way to be financially educated like I'm gonna be doing pretty soon. If you were inspired or got any new ideas out of this video, please give me a like, and if you like me and would like to get some more videos like this, please subscribe and I will do more of this because it's really fun. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!